Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, popular Florida rapper Mr. Who I Smoke himself, Yungeen Ace, have been arrested, and it couldn't have came at a worse time than now. Reports have come out that Yungeen Ace was attending his older brother's funeral in their hometown, and that's when Yungeen Ace will be arrested for possessing a firearm. Not just possessing a firearm neither, but possessing a firearm by a convicted felon in the state of Florida. And for those that don't know, Ace's older brother has lost his life recently after suffering from a heart attack. Most people thought that it was due to violence, as I'm sure that's because it's been the most common thing amongst these groups. However, that was not the case at all. Now, knowing the history behind Yungeen Ace and his ATK movement, I'm assuming that's why he was even carrying the firearm to begin with in his hometown, but it's easier for people to judge. I've seen all over social media where people have called him a crash out, but honestly, as crazy as it may sound, I can't even blame him. There's been a lot of lives lost in the ongoing war between ATK and KTA in Florida. So to be honest with you, I'm more surprised at the fact that he even went out there knowing the type of problems and everything that take place out there with law enforcement. It's not about being scared, it's not about being weak, but it's more about knowing that you have a lot to lose and people are waiting to catch someone of Yungeen Ace's caliber. But to have a death in the family, especially an older brother, sibling, I'm assuming that's why he decided to take that risk and have to go pay his respects to his older brother. Now, according to reports, it says that Ace was arrested yesterday, April 15, 2024, around midnight in Jacksonville, and he's being held without bond. His exact charge is possession of firearm, weapon, or ammunition by a convicted Florida felon. There was no details on how he was picked up or if he was just targeted by police, but if you remember back in 2021, Ace did an interview with DJ Ashley Young on 93.7 The Beat, expressing how he moved to Houston, Texas because he kept having run-ins and being harassed by police in Jacksonville. So he moved away to avoid any more run-ins with the police and violence in 2019, shortly after he was shot in 2018 during a drive-by that took the life of 3 other young men. Now, ironically, he went to the hospital and afterwards he was still locked up due to him violating his probation for possessing a weapon then. And unfortunately, that's how probation and parole works. Can you imagine almost losing your life and happy you just survived an attempt on your life, but have to worry about being arrested all because you was the victim? Now, this new charge he got for possessing a weapon should be interesting because back in 2017, Yungeen Ace was given 31 months, which equals up to a little under 3 years for having a weapon then. Fast forward to now, they already gave him 3 years for the first weapon possession, so I wonder what they're going to give him this time for this one, because they usually go up when you are a repeated offender, not down. And speaking of repeated offender, I'm surprised we didn't see him get hit with the habitual criminal charge. Right now, I don't know if it's just a Chicago thing, but everyone who's getting caught for similar charges they got in the past is getting hit with the habitual criminal charge, and that usually occurs when law enforcement is trying to get you to do more time in prison due to you continuously breaking the law doing the same exact crime. Now, in the state of Florida, to get hit with a possession of a firearm, weapon, or ammunition by a convicted felon, it carries a minimum of 3 years mandatory. Yes, mandatory. I'm not sure if Yungeen Ace is still currently on probation, but I do know that if he is, depending on his PO and what they would want him to do, he'll have to carry out whatever penalization they want to give him, and also the time for the weapon being that it's a brand new charge as well. So they can run everything concurrent, meaning both his probation time is ran with the new charge, or they can run it consecutive. That means you have to serve out your probation time and then whatever time he gets for possession afterwards. So in reality, at the bare minimum, Let's say he receives 3 years for the possession and probation wants to violate him and give him 3 years as well. He'll have to do a total of 6 years. But that's if they want to run everything, consecutive instead of concurrent with each other. Now, that's still tough considering he was only in Florida to pay his respects to his brother, but we talk about this all the time because social media loves saying that when someone gets caught with a weapon, they crashed out. However, you have to consider the environment these guys are in. Whether it's Jacksonville, Florida, or Chicago, it goes down, especially for certain individuals. So they feel, I'd rather get caught with it than without it. If you get caught with it, you risk going to jail and doing time, granted. But some people have no problem with that, being that they know if they get caught without it, they may not be able to see another day. So you choose. Now, interesting enough, I wonder how he was arrested. Because I got a feeling he was already targeted because he already explained before that he didn't live or perform in Florida for years for that exact reason of pretty much harassment. So what's the odds that he's in town shortly just for a funeral and they pick him up for a possession charge? Right? It's kind of, I don't know, something's not adding up. Now, Yungeen Ace will pay his respects to his brother via Instagram story, and I'm assuming this was before everything transpired. Ace will post a pic of him and his brother and caption it saying, quote, "Big bro, you really messed mama up with this. Heartbreak emoji." Then in the next slide, he will repost a picture of both of his brothers that are now deceased, and he captioned it saying, quote, "Both my hearts gone. Crying emoji." Now let me tell y'all, as hard as it must be for him, think of how the mother must feel, right? 2 sons gone and another one in jail. And he's in and out of jail. She really doesn't know his safety. She don't know whether he might go today or not, being that they got the whole war and stuff going on outside. And I know Ace gotta look always unfazed and seem like he isn't bothered by this stuff publicly because that's a part of his image as a rapper. But this stuff really does take a toll on you, man. Whether he wants to admit it or not, it's a lot, as I'm sure it is for his mother as well. But he got 2 brothers gone, and on top of that, he got arrested for coming back to see his brother for his funeral. All right, so like I said, it's enough. It's a lot. I know a lot of these guys, they go through things, but the whole image of becoming a rapper and looking like a rapper, you can't really show it. The more emotion you show, the more weak they think you are. So I don't know, man, but I don't know what's going on when it comes to Ace and Jacksonville police, but it seemed like whenever he's in town, he can't catch a break. So y'all let me know if y'all think Ace is being targeted in his hometown for, I guess, everything going on between ATK and KTA, or do you think Ace have crashed out and he's doing it to himself? All right, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping, and I'm out.